Sometimes people say, like, why are you so excited? Why are you so passionate? After your brother died, after your sister died with this PTSD, 10 years of depression, like, how do you have so much hope? The only way to explain it is when you know God.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have an all-access pass. You don't have to be VIP. No matter who you are, where you are watching this, no matter what age you are or stage of life you're in, you can walk with God.
It's amazing to me how, you know, obviously as Christians, there's lots of times when we're not feeling happy and joyful, but there's a certain kind of joy that comes from believers.
Yes.
If you've been a believer for a long time, I notice it when I'm out and about, when you're at a restaurant or you're at the mall or you're meeting people randomly. There's a certain kind of joy that some Christians have.
You're right.
And I don't know what it is, but but for me at least, as I've been a believer long enough, I can almost sense it right away, where you can just say to the person, "Are you a believer? You are, aren't you?" And there is it is weird how there's just something
You're right.
that when Christ comes inside of you and the Spirit of God comes in you, that really it almost trickles out and makes you want to take care of your body better. It makes you want to, you know, be a little more distant. It even makes you maybe want to take a cold shower sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
but you know what's interesting? Jesus said, "I give you a joy that no man can take from you." What's the alternative? Of course, if you know God, you're going to be more joyful. Did you know one of the happiest professions, statistically, according to research, is clergy?
Hey, all right.
Yeah, so but what I'm saying is, if you believe in the Lord, like I just made this comment to a couple people today. I said, literature's so depressing. I spent a good swath of my 20s just reading literature. It's so depressing. Like I heard somebody say, do I believe in God? I believe around God. I believe in the sunlight. As T.S. Eliot said, light, the visible reminder of invisible light. Okay, genius, beautiful, deep, all that. But like, what are you going to do when you're in trouble?
Yeah.
The Bible says the Lord is a very present help in day of trouble. There's joy found in the presence of God. That's what the Bible says.
Even in that literature, you can see they just don't have the Lord. I've read those books. You can see it. It's like they were built to have the Lord. They were built to have Him inside of it. But it's like they're blue. They don't know why. They've got all this intellect. They've got all the resources in the world. They can think their way, you know, out of a maze. But they just there's just nothing that replaces the Holy Spirit.
And this is what the psalmist said: "In the presence of the Lord, there is fullness of joy. At His right hand, there are pleasures forevermore." It doesn't say in the presence of the Lord, there's fullness of boringness, and at His right hand are bummers forevermore. A lot of people think, oh, I don't want to walk with God because I have to deny pleasure. No, you deny temporary pleasure to get the lasting benefits of eternal joy that doesn't leave you with a hangover the next day. There are pleasures forevermore, and not fullness of boringness, but fullness of joy in His presence. Sometimes people say, like, why are you so excited? Why are you so passionate? After your brother died, after your sister died with this PTSD, 10 years of depression, like, how do you have so much hope? The only way to explain it is when you know God. And you don't have to have an all-access pass. You don't have to be VIP. No matter who you are, where you are watching this, no matter what age you are or stage of life you're in, you can walk with God. You can talk to God. The Bible says that God spoke to Moses face to face and mouth to mouth as a man would speak to his friend. You're chill with the Almighty. You're besties with the Maker. You can access the presence of God at any moment. That's power, and that gives us joy.
And can we just say too, and I know you agree with this, that all of these things that we're talking about are completely worthless without Jesus.
Wow.
I mean, just as a pastor, I love to read and I love these things, but there is no greater doctor, there's no greater healer, there's no greater philosopher than Jesus Christ. And there's no replacement for Him.
Wow.
And I think that all of these things, when you add them, when you bring this knowledge with the Spirit of Christ, it's so powerful. But if you have all the wealth and knowledge in the world, but you don't have Christ, it's nothing. And I think that there's so many people at home that have read the books that you've read, that they've heard the things that you've said, but they don't know Jesus. And I know we just have a minute left, but would you give people at home very quickly just an opportunity to receive Christ as we end this program?
I want to encourage you that if you just maybe flipped on this channel or you've been watching and you want to know the Lord, this isn't a sales pitch. This isn't something we do out of tradition. I want to tell you that you really can know God. In fact, not only can you know God, you were made to know God. You might say, who is God? Is He a figment of my imagination because I'm weak and deluded, as the new atheists say? Is He a divine spark in every living being, as hipster Hinduism would say? Is he like a non-personal force as Star Wars and Buddhism teaches? Is he a non-relational warrior as certain factions of Islam propagate? Is he a moralistic goody two-shoes as some of Christianity says? Like, who is God? This is what Jesus said. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. That's what Jesus said. And what did Jesus do? He hung on a cross to demonstrate God's great love for even Jesus' worst enemies. He laid down his life. He loves you by grace through faith, not of works. Trust him. Believe in him. Lean upon him. Nothing is impossible with him, but without him, everything's impossible. So believe on him, trust in him, look to him. That's where real redemption and salvation is found. Ben Courson here. Thank you so much for watching my new YouTube channel. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, share this video with all your friends, and hit that bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. May the hope be with you.